Wow, I'm here. Hi. I can't believe I'm doing this. My name is Esther, and this is a very tough video to record. It has been quite a tough week of overcoming many fears, but when one finds a higher call, something bigger than yourself, then fears dissipate in a very magical manner. Yes, they just disappear, and then you are left with the only choice, which is to step up. So what is this story about? This particular story started this past Monday with an article, a post I published on my blog called An Ode for Happy Mondays. And on it, I was claiming the right for people to experience Happy Mondays, since I'm very blessed. I have Happy Mondays, but it was not always like that. The thing is that after that post, I received various messages, private messages of people, some people I knew and some people that I didn't. Most of them were about unhappiness and tough times, but one in particular was a note of suicide. And after I read that, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I had two options. I could have sent normal, usual, take care, toughen up, you can do it. Or I could be authentic and share my story so others who experience the same wouldn't feel alone, because I felt very alone. I was a corporate for 7 years, and the first time I experienced depression, I was 21. And I took a whole pack of pills, painkillers, and luckily I was found on time. The second time, I was 29, sorry, and I was already an international executive, traveling the world, and one day I couldn't get up. Thank goodness I couldn't get up. Because I was sick, I was killing myself. Stress was killing me, and I was just all in it for it. My heart was very tired. I used to drink at least an average of 5 cans of famous energy drink a day. Slept very little. My health was a mess, At 29, I was very sick. So the thing is that now, looking back, 6 years ago. I left my corporate job after that. I realized that depression was the best thing that could have happened to me. Depression was a needed stepping stone for me to create a more authentic life. Because all those things that I thought I wanted, I didn't want them. I didn't need them. They were things that I had a program in my head that was telling me that I needed those, but then I got those and I was not any happier. I was actually quite miserable, I didn't have any meaning. So that's how this second article came to life. The second post called, "Is Stress Killing You? Depression Could Be Your Savior." Because if you think about it, what is depression exactly? Depression, the cycle of depression, which I could talk about a long time, but depression is just a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call to really take a hard look at our lives and reflect on what's not working anymore. It's a needed period to rest, reassess, and change which things are not needed or are not longer working. The problem is that in the kind of society we live nowadays, there is no time to do that. We used to have, though, we used to have grief periods. We used to have more support when people were sad or lonely. But now we're too rushed doing everything that we think we have to do. And depression is more a symptom than an illness. It's a symptom of our disconnection to ourselves, our disconnection to nature, our disconnection from each other. Thank goodness I now have friends who listen to me when I'm down. I'm listening to them when they're down. And we are always there for each other. But it was not that way before. Relationships are usually very shallow in these urban areas. I live in Hong Kong. I lived in London. I traveled to New York many times, been to Beijing, Singapore. What a great disconnection. But then you travel to places like India, rural India, like tiny villages in India, tiny villages in Nepal, tiny places in Philippines or Tanzania, and you see people thriving. Maybe not on material terms, but on happiness. You see children running and playing and smiling and being part of the community, elderly people being part of the community, everybody together sharing, It makes you think a lot, really. And then there is a very interesting book from Desmond Morris called The Human Zoo, and on it he describes how animals that are encaged develop depression and many mental illnesses that are common on humans. If you have the chance, please read that. So what if depression was something natural? If you make a search about famous people with depression or who experience depression, you will find many names, you know, many names. Many people I admire are there, right? Hi, Oprah. I love you, Oprah, so much. I love Oprah Winfrey. So yeah, what if depression was a challenge for us to step up? And what if by numbing it with antidepressants on its earlier stages, I'm not talking about clinical depression here, I'm talking about all this, I'm feeling down, I don't know my purpose, my life is meaningless, right? What if that was a chance, depression was a chance to really have a better life, to become more authentic with oneself? What a thought, you know? So that's why I'm here. I'm here because I had this realization that depression should not be taboo. We should talk about it. We should come out, you know. I received so many messages, private messages, after I published that post. But nobody there to answer to the post, sharing their story. I'm not alone here. I'm not the only one who experienced depression. But it's a stigma to come out there. It's seen as weakness. Well, let me tell you something. It's not a weakness. It's not a weakness. It's not a weakness to show that you're broken inside and you're ready to pick up every piece and put it together to get a better life. What is a weakness is to hide it and to get drunk every weekend and to just numb your senses with entertainment and games and all these things that just get us out of a conscious living. What is going on with our planet? What is going on with people around the world, you know, dying, worse? What is that? Let's wake up, you know. Maybe the present is just trying to wake us up. And we are just taking pills so we don't feel it, you know. We don't want to feel sad. Maybe it's time to feel sad. So we step forward and make it change. So this is what I thought, and this is why I'm here, and this is why you're watching this, and thank you for watching this, by the way, because it's longer than I thought, but it's just, you know, I'm just so passionate about this, because without depression, I would be maybe dead. And it's not an overstatement. I was so sick. I was killing myself to achieve stuff that didn't mean anything, you know? So what if there is somebody up there who needs to listen to this, who is going through the same, but feels alone? Because I felt very alone, let me tell you. Only when I told people what I was going through, then they confessed. You know, it's a lonely space. It's a lonely space, but it's a very crowded space. So the thing is that, my deal, I'm a business consultant here in Hong Kong, but I will leave everything if you think that this mission is worth it, if this mission has the power to make a positive change. My deal is that if I get this funding, this whole life is gone, and I start making videos and interviews, and I will write that beautiful book that I just talked with a publisher in New York last night, and I just want to take depression out of the closet so people can share. So having groups or forums, I'm open to suggestions as well, you guys, anything that you feel. But for that, I will need at least 3 months off my work. Just 100% dedicated on this. Because it's important. I do feel it's important. So if you think it's important too, I will appreciate so much. I'll be so grateful if you share this, or if you contribute, or if you support me with your ideas, or just let me know your comments, or sharing your stories, but anything, I just hope that there are people who feel lonely out there, and they find a space, at least that they can share and recover, and embrace depression so they can become better. It's like crystals and rocks that you got to apply pressure in order to become harder. Well, as you can see, I'm quite confident and compassionate and humble human being, but it was thanks to depression that I arrived here. And those who know me know that I'm there for them, always. I hope you can say that about someone in your life, because that's very important. And I know I haven't too, so I'm very grateful. So I'm running out of time because it's becoming too long. Yay, you're going to be tired of me by now, but I send you my full appreciation and gratitude, and looking forward to hear your feedback, and yeah, just lots of love, and let's take this depression out, It should be out. So thank you.